Around 2, she woke up. She was feeling this anxiety on top of her. At first, she thought that it was sleep paralysis or something. She couldn't move, she couldn't scream, like literally she couldn't do anything. It's a girl YouTuber Mahabani, and welcome back to the channel. If you're a new subscriber, thank you for joining the family, and if you're a regular, thank you for supporting my content. Well, today's story time, it's not about me. Well, this is actually the first time I do story time that's not about me. No, it's the second time, I think, or the third, I don't remember. Well, it's actually about my friend, and yes, I did get permission from her to tell the story, right? So the title of the story is My Friend Slept with a Snake. My friend and I have been friends for over 4 years now, and we met in varsity. So what can we call her? Let's call her Brave One. Let's call her Brave One. So yeah, Brave One and I met in varsity, and we have been very good friends after that. Like, our relationship has been all about love and everything, you know, like we have been close friends. Actually, she's so like, Brave One had always been into blesses. Like, my friend since early into the bless. I remember the first time I went out with her, we went to Rokomama's. Yeah, it was Rokomama's, if not mistaken. One of the blessings came over and they were like, no, do not pay, I'll pay the bill for you. So like, I had always known that Brave One is into blesses. So sometime last year, we went to this other club. It's in the Val. The name of it, it's Capitos, yes. So that's whereby she and this guy met, the guy of which I'm going to talk about in this story. So guy, basically, they fell in love. It was love at first sight. Plus, he's not that old. I mean, he's not that old. He's literally 8 years older than us. So yeah, like, they dated. They've been together for 8 months. Guy basically did everything for her. In a period of 8 months, they've been to Zimbabwe, Mozambique, the Sun City. Like, they've explored places, like they've been to. So 2 weeks back, Raven went to guy's place in Santon. Like, I can't look in one direction. I keep looking this side, and let me make sure this side, because the camera is this side, like, oh. But anyways, I'll get used to it. As I was saying, 2 weeks back, Raven went to guy's place in Santon. Like, mind you, she has never been to this guy's place, right? Normally when they would meet, guy would book a place here in Val. It was her first time. So they wanted me to tag along, and I was like, nope, I'm good. Plus, I know the guy, right? I know the guy. And I feel like I had to go home these past 2 weeks. Like, I was at home. So fine, they wanted me to tag along, because the guy was like, nope, don't worry, I'll book a place for you, Skawara, and then just bring yourself. And I was like, I can't. Plus, I didn't want to hold the candle, you know. I didn't want to hold the candle. But yeah, so they went to Santon. It was Brave One's first time going to guy's place in Santon. Yep, that's whereby everything started. Fine, guys, when they got to Santon, Brave One has been reminding the guy about her standing fees. It's like they have been talking about this thing, you know. They've been talking about her standing fees, and the guy Lena since like, stop stressing, relax. So fine, after doing his things, the guy went back to the room and told the girl to hurry up because they were supposed to go out. So okay, so why is the other door closed? And then the guy told her, oh no, actually the room is under renovations, that's why I always keep the door closed. So she described the guy's apartment as a 2-bedroom apartment. They went to this one room, and the other room, the door was closed. So fine, guy told her that, yeah, and obviously the door was open, so Miguel saw everything, right? She saw everything. So guy went to the other room, the door was closed. When he got there was a clay pot next to it, next to the door. So there was incense. There was also incense inside the pot, I meant. So Mugai he lit the incense, and then afterwards he laid money around that pot. So it's Sunday morning. Brave One is getting ready to leave. I can't remember that she only went there for the weekend. Maybe. I'll get to the part. So yeah, it's Sunday morning. She's getting ready to leave, and the guy and he's like, let's talk about this outstanding fees issue. Obviously, Brave One brought up the issue she's conditionally registered, and that she really needs the money in order for her to be fully registered, she must pay off the outstanding fees. So fine, that's why my guy said, okay, I want you to meet someone fine. The guy was like, there's someone I want you to meet first. And obviously Brave One agreed, right? They went to the other room. When they got there, the room was dark, curtains and windows closed. It was a dark environment. She could feel it in her spirit that no, something in here is just not right. So fine, guys. Guy told her to take off her shoes and that she should sit down. So she sat down, and then Mugaikyo, he started enchanting and saying and calling out these weird names. Ariana, she was just sitting there and wondering, so after a few minutes, the guy told her to go back to the room, and then obviously and then she left the guy in there. So after 10 to 15 minutes, the guy came back and told her that, you know what, you'll meet this mysterious person later on tonight. So they fought because Miguel unabatalvaya, because I get it, the following day she had to go back to school and sort out this thing. So the guy was like, nope, relax. Fine, guys, here's the climax, right? Around 10:30 in the evening, guy told her that, you know what, in order for me to pay off your outstanding fees, you must sleep with this mysterious person first. Obviously, Miguel was fuming. Oh, what the hell are you talking about? She was like, how dare you tell me that? How dare you? Already I'm sleeping with you and you bringing in another person, of which Miguel was refusing, and Miguel ended up saying, oh, you know what, just leave it. You know what, take me back to my place. Accept the next. I want to go back to my place. I'll figure something out. So Miguel, he's still insisting that, nope, it's late at night. I'll take you back to your place in the early hours. Fine, they went to bed. Around 2, Miguel, Brave One, around 2, she woke up. She was feeling this entirety on top of her. At first, she thought that it was sleep paralysis or something. She couldn't move, she couldn't scream, like literally she couldn't do anything. She was just like, you know, she felt it holding near man. Something was on top of me, like entirety on top of her. She tried calling out for the guy, but her voice couldn't come out. When Brave One was telling me this story, like you could feel how terrified she was. Like she was very terrified. Even Liana Sharp, like Hasale Sharp, both physically and mentally, like she's no longer the same. So fine, let's go back to the story. After a few minutes, let's say maybe after 10 minutes, because she only said after a few minutes. After a few minutes, everything went back to normal. At that moment when she couldn't breathe, she couldn't move, she couldn't do anything. She felt like she was dying. She felt like she was in hell. Because she has never experienced something like that. Check a guy again, he's standing next to the door. After that, and he went back to bed. The guy went back to bed as if everything was normal. He went back to bed, like he acted normal. He acted as if he never saw what happened. Ariana, she couldn't sleep. Brave One, Ariana, she couldn't sleep. She was traumatized. She was wondering if whether the same thing was going to happen again. She never slept. So saying guy wa mukapa, and he's like after dropping her off, he's like, go and confirm with the school if whether they've received payment or not. So Miguel is wondering, when did this guy make transactions? Like, when did he pay? She's asking herself a lot of questions, but then she kept it all to herself because she was still traumatized by the incident that happened in the early hours. So Miguel, everything via Sharpo, like she managed to get her proof of registration, but then the problem was now that she was having nightmares. So she went home and told her sister what had happened, and then her sister took her to a traditional healer. When they got there, they consulted, and because this whole time she didn't know what happened or what was happening with her or what was that entirety that was on top of her. So when they got to the traditional healer managed to tell her, obviously after consulting, the traditional healer told her that you slept with a snake. The traditional told them that Mogeli or a snake. So fine, when they get home, they must do this and that, of which I'm not going to disclose because it's very personal, right? So moral of the story is, guys, like I don't even know what the moral of the story is, but all I can say is that just be careful who you fall in love with. Like I've been saying this in my previous videos, that we should be careful of the people we fall in love with, and we should try to, in fact, we should talk to God. Like when you see that you are falling for a guy or a girl, you should talk to God about that person first, in order to know exactly what their intentions are. So moral of the story is, be careful who you fall in love with. Always talk to God about the person, or the person that you might have feelings for, because people are busy out there. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching the video, and if you enjoyed the video, please turn on the notification bell and hit that subscribe button. I will see y'all in my next video. Mwah.